My name is Arnold and I'm a 3D artist from Bergen, Norway. Hi there! In this short tutorial I want to show you how I made the eye rig for the monster. So let's see, here we have the eye. I'm gonna start Arnold for this one. So the eye is built up from different parts. I have the most inner eye, so that catches the shadow, and then the eye is based on two different shaders. So what it really is, since this is a fantastical monster and not based on reality, the iris is a golden iris, and then we have a really simple and like plasticky sclera, I guess it's called in English. And outside that I have the cornea, I guess. I'm not an expert on eyes at all, so this is a really simple rig just to convey an idea and having control over the emotion that you find in the eyes. To control the pupil, I have made a simple rig that's just a sphere effector. I have made an extra control for, so I can open and close the lens without any problem. I also have a spherical field to limit the area. I have a shader effector. If you go into the deformer and change that to point, and then that's just changing the position by 1 centimeter. So I get some noise. So if you see here, if I change the slider, you can see that it's sliding in and out and having some distortion. To create something more believable in general, it's introducing as much dynamics as possible. And then for the eye, I have a controller that are moving the eye, and that's also interfering with the cornea that has been skinned into the joint rig. And the joint rig is really simple too. The joint rig is built up of 3 different joints, so we can freely move around the eye and have good deformations. And you can see that for the, I guess, the end of the eye, you can also see that it's skinned to cover the inner eye. Okay, let's look into the reference I used for this eye. As you can see here, the mud skipper is the inspiration for how the eyes are moving. In character design in general, we tend to be scared of beings that are different from us in many ways. Just think about how the xenomorph in Aliens is one of the scariest monsters without eyes and 2 mouths. I tried to find inspiration from the sea that didn't look like us but still could blink. And as you can see here in this video, the mud skipper is attracting its eye and pushing it out again to blink. That's why if you see on the rig here, when it's contracting the most in the eye, it's connected with a constraint to the parent. The parent is the target of 2, the second joint object. And that, as you can see here in a simple express rig. In this range mapper, the values makes it contract more than the main rig. So the eye is not following the rig completely, it's thicker when contracted and thinner when expanded. If you see in the eye setup, I've made it that in the transmission we have a depth, and in that depth, that's, if I shorten the depth, you can see that it gets really muddy, and if I turn it off, you can see that it doesn't do anything, but at 1 I get some muddiness. So if I have on 0, it's easier to see. I could make it more muddy if I wanted to, but I thought that some muddiness was enough. So you can see I have full control over the pupil, the lens, and the eye socket. And it's a really strange character in itself. Hope you got something useful out of this. If there's any questions, just comment below and I will go back to you. Thank you for checking out my tutorial.